Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road, and you're ready to go if you want to. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast. This is actually a special episode today. We are with Debbie Krones, and she is with the Iroquois County Agriculture and 4-H Club Fair. And I say that it's special today because, Debbie, you've been with the fair for quite a while in different capacities as we go through there. But this has been a different week for you. You lost your father this past week. And I wanted to just kind of give you a chance a little bit to share a little bit about your dad and tell us a little bit about who he was and what he meant to you and to this world that he shared a long life with.
I guess I should start at the beginning of his history because it kind of all ties into the family roots and the fair and everything. He was born in 1935, raised on a farm. He was a dairy farmer. When he started farming, he farmed with horse and, horse pulled implements, and gradually then went into the H's, the M's, and on up through with the farming industry for his farm. Dairy farmer, he's Holsteins. He started out with a few and then got into and developed a registered herd. And then in 74, he got out of dairy farming and went strictly to grain farming. And he's been grain farming ever since. And we got involved in 4-H, FFA, and he was in FFA himself and involved with the fair, showed animals, showed his Holsteins at the fair. And then we just kept moving on and moving forward within the ag industry and rural life. Got involved with our local fair here. We've continued on with it, and I've continued on helping out with the fair myself.
What's your earliest memory of your dad and the farm?
Probably a lot of it has to do with the dairy cows themselves. I would get up and go out to the barn. I love the dairy cows. So I'd get up and go out to the barn and help him with the cows, help him bring the cows in. I knew every cow, knew where they belonged in the barn. I could pretty much take care and do the farm or the dairy part of it and the milking pretty much at an early age. So that's my biggest fondest memories with him is just being out in the barn with him and with the dairy cows.
Yeah, I think that just makes farm kids and farm families so much different in that you did get to spend time with your dad. He didn't go off to work somewhere at the factory or the office and you didn't see him for 12 hours a day. You had the opportunity, if you wanted to be with your father or your mom, you had that opportunity to work side by side. And I think that's a great thing. So let's lead that into a little bit with the fair. You guys are a very strong agriculture and 4-H based fair. Do you see that still in your membership? That family and that generational working side by side, or has your fair club evolved more into an urban type setting where you have more city kids getting back involved into 4-H?
We are strong agricultural fair. We're into a lot of livestock shows. As a matter of fact, this past year we put up a brand new goat barn at the fairgrounds. So we have draft horses, goats, beef, dairy, sheep, swine, rabbits, poultry. So we've got the wide gamut of animals at the fair, and we have strong numbers in all those departments and barns.
Yeah, no, that's great. Give us a visual of your fairgrounds. Where is it in respect to town? And then what other types of events? Do you have food vendors? Do you have a carnival? Those type of things.
We're 2 miles north of Crescent City, Illinois,
Okay.
on Route 49, and it's out in the country. So it's a little drive, not much to get to it.
Sure.
So, there's cornfields, bean fields all around the fairgrounds. There's a creek with some trees and, a little bit of I wouldn't say a forest, but, a little bit of trees around there too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a nice setting really back in there, tucked in with the trees and everything. It's nice in the fall. It's really beautiful with all the trees and the changing of leaves.
What let me ask you this. Since you're out in the country and it shouldn't be a big deal, but have you ever had an animal escape and you had to track them down?
Yeah, we've had animals kind of out of their pens.
Yeah.
We've had,
But nothing.
Sometimes.
Yeah, there's got to be the advantage of having it out in the country instead of being in town where you got like a steer running through the city. I've been known to lose a few roping steers in a couple of towns that we were we were rodeoing in, so it happens. Okay, so back to the fair. Do you also have other events for non-agricultural people of interest?
We have a fine arts building
Okay.
with culinary, all kinds of fine arts, photography, quilts, ag products. So anybody that has gardens can, enter in their best gardening exhibit. Foods, floral culture. So if you like to do raise flowers, you can enter those in the floral department too. They do place setting. So you put your place setting out to a theme and then you have an arrangement so they can have decorations and show different kinds of ways people will come up to set place settings at tables. And that one's kind of cool to look at some of the creativity that people have.
Yeah.
We have all kinds of vendors, all kinds of food vendors. We have a carnival. What else do we have? We have all kinds of commercial. We have 2 buildings plus a tent of just commercial vendors that come to the fair with their wares that that people can look at and do. So we have a wide variety. We have a petting zoo for the kids. We have what we call a kid zone for kids to get to go relax and play at the fair.
There you go. There you go. And then all of your participants, if they score high enough, they get to qualify and go on to state fair, correct?
Yeah, we do 4-H. We have open show, junior show. We have an FFA show. So we do a variety of different shows. So the kids who qualify with their 4-H projects can go on to the state fair.
Very cool.
Projects can just go if they want to go. You don't have to qualify to go to the state fair for animals in Illinois.
Very cool. Very cool. I tell you what, Debbie, let's do 2 things here. Normally my 2 questions that I like to end up with. I'm a live music guy. I'm a performer. So I always ask people, what's the favorite concert that you have ever seen? But let me ask you what was your dad's name?
Ralph.
Ralph. What was Ralph's favorite song? What was Ralph's go-to song that you would hear him sing, hum, or listen to on the radio?
He liked the music from the 50s. He was very into Elvis. So he liked a lot of the Elvis songs. So I would say those would probably be, he liked music because he liked the square dance and he liked the polka. So
there you go. Yeah.
Polka was one that I know he really liked.
That's awesome. That's awesome. My grandpa was very similar in that. Yeah. Okay. So final question would be, money's not an issue. Dead or alive, you could bring any live music act to Crescent City, Iroquois County Agricultural and 4-H Fair. Who would you bring?
Just my personal?
Yep.
My personal favorite?
Yep.
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks, man. I think that would be fantastic. Fantastic. Debbie, thank you so much for joining us today. Listen, if people are traveling through Illinois this summer and they want to stop by and see the projects, the agricultural, the livestock of Iroquois County, how do they find out more about your fair?
We are on Facebook,
okay,
and we have a website. It is www.iroquoiscofair.com.
Okay.
And our runs from July 18th through the 23rd this year.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Debbie, thank you for your hard work and what you do for your fair. Thank you for giving us a little bit of insight into your dad and everything that Ralph was. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road. Are you ready to go if you want to?